Thousands of clay warriors have remained motionless beneath the earth for over 2,000 years, forming the legendary Terracotta Army, one of the most impressive archaeological discoveries ever made. For decades, they were seen as a silent testament to an ancient civilization. But in 2025, new revelations began to change that perception, suggesting that this army was not merely a symbol of power, but part of something much deeper, almost unsettling. But before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. It all began simply and unexpectedly in 1974, when a severe drought plagued the Xiang region, near Xi'an, in China. Desperate farmers, with their crops destroyed and no access to water, decided to dig a new well. Among them was Yang Jifa, who could never have imagined that this attempt at survival would change history forever. As they excavated, they began to find fragments of pottery and arrowheads. Nothing that, at first glance, seemed extraordinary. But then, something different emerged, an incredibly detailed clay head. As they continued digging, more parts appeared, arms, legs, torsos, all with an impressive level of realism. What seemed like an isolated find soon revealed its true scale. The authorities were alerted, and archaeologists quickly realized that this was only the beginning. As the excavations progressed, thousands of figures emerged, each with unique characteristics. No two faces were alike. Expressions, hairstyles, postures, everything indicated that these sculptures were not generic, but carefully individualized. The site, once a forgotten rural area, has transformed into one of the largest archaeological sites in the world. Organized rows of soldiers began to appear, positioned as if awaiting orders, some armed, others in defensive positions. Every detail, from the armor to the folds of the clothing, reinforced the feeling that this was not just art, but a faithful representation of a real army. Over time, new excavations revealed even more: life-size archers, officers, chariots, and horses. It became clear that this army was part of a gigantic complex created to protect the tomb of Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. Qin Shi Huang was born in 259 BC and, upon assuming power, unified China in 221 BC, ending centuries of wars between kingdoms. His rule was marked by profound reforms, such as the standardization of writing, currency, and measurements, creating a solid foundation for the formation of a centralized state. But his leadership was also marked by rigidity. He imposed harsh laws, censored dissenting ideas, and severely punished opponents. Even so, his influence was undeniable. He didn't just govern, he shaped the identity of a nation. What truly set Qin apart? Shi Huang, however, was obsessed with death. He could not accept the idea that his power would end. Historical records show that he relentlessly pursued immortality, sending expeditions in search of elixirs and trusting alchemists who promised eternal life. When he realized he could not escape death in the physical world, he decided to confront it in another way. His solution was audacious: to create an empire that would continue to exist after his death. Thus was born one of the most ambitious funerary projects in history. Near present-day Xi'an, he ordered the construction of a colossal underground complex. It was not just a tomb, but a replica of his empire, designed so that he could continue ruling in the afterlife. The Terracotta Army was an essential part of this vision. Thousands of life-size soldiers were molded to protect him in the afterlife. Each unique and detailed figure reinforced the idea of a real army transferred to the spirit world. The mausoleum itself, not yet fully explored, is shrouded in mystery. Ancient accounts describe an extraordinary environment: rivers of mercury representing waterways, ceilings decorated like the starry sky, and structures that imitated palaces and cities. The construction involved approximately 700,000 workers. Many, according to records, never left the site. Traps were reportedly installed to protect the tomb, including mechanisms that would automatically fire arrows at intruders. It was a project driven not only by ambition, but by paranoia. After the emperor's death in 210 BC, the complex was sealed and covered with earth, remaining hidden for centuries. Time transformed that subterranean empire into legend until it was rediscovered by chance. But the story didn't end with the initial discovery. In 2025, new excavations brought to light something even more surprising. During work in Pit 1, a team led by archaeologist Mei Lin found a different fragment, which immediately caught his attention. As they carefully removed the earth, they revealed a figure distinct from the others. It was a general. His armor was more elaborate, with symbols of authority. His helmet resembled a crown, and there were still traces of ancient pigments. Surrounding him, detailed chariots and horses sculpted with impressive precision completed the scene. This was no longer just another statue. It was a representation of leadership within that army. The discovery changed how archaeologists viewed the whole. Previously seen as uniform, the army began to reveal hierarchy, individuality, and even personality traits. Every detail seemed to tell a story. Modern technologies have also begun to reveal hidden aspects. Analyses have shown that the warriors were originally colorful, with vibrant shades of red, blue, green, and black. Over time, these colors faded, leaving the figures with the muted appearance we see today. The weapons found alongside the soldiers also surprised scientists. Studies indicated that they were produced in an organized system, similar to an assembly line. This reveals a level of efficiency and organization that was very advanced for the time. Despite so many discoveries, the heart of the complex remains untouched, the emperor's central tomb. And there's a reason for that. Experts fear that opening the tomb could cause irreversible damage. Many artifacts may be preserved precisely because they are isolated from the air. If exposed, they could deteriorate rapidly. Furthermore, there are indications that the interior contains high concentrations of mercury, which represents a real risk. And there are also reports of possible traps designed to prevent intrusions. Therefore, the decision has been to wait. With the advancement of technology, it is hoped that, in the future, it will be possible to explore the interior safely, perhaps with robots or non-invasive techniques. Meanwhile, the tomb remains sealed, guarding secrets that have endured for over 2 millennia. The discovery of the Terracotta Army had profound impacts, not only on archaeology, but on global culture. It redefined how the world views Chinese history, highlighting the sophistication of an often underestimated ancient civilization. For China itself, the discovery became a symbol of national pride. It reinforced the connection with the past and encouraged cultural preservation. Museums, exhibitions, and educational programs began to highlight the importance of this legacy. In the artistic field, the sculptures impressed experts with their precision and realism. Each figure seems to capture the essence of an individual, suggesting that the artisans created not just soldiers, but human representations imbued with identity. Globally, the discovery broadened interest in Asian archaeology, balancing the attention that was previously dominated by Western civilizations. It also inspired films, books, and documentaries, transforming the Terracotta Army into a universal symbol of mystery and grandeur. But even with so much progress, the mystery remains. Who were the men who inspired those faces? How did they develop such advanced techniques? And what is really hidden inside the tomb? Qin's obsession. Shi Huang's quest for immortality left a legacy that transcends time. He may not have achieved eternal life, but he created something that continues to live on in history. His army remains silent, but its presence speaks volumes. Each statue is a fragment of a past that has not yet been fully revealed. And perhaps that's precisely what makes this discovery so fascinating, the certainty that there is still much to be discovered. Now, I want to know your opinion. What do you think about all this? Was this army just a show of power, or something much deeper? Leave your comment,
It is a warning
because I want to know what you think.
Over